Welcome back to Regular Guys Outdoors. I'm Chris. Back in September, Phil and I hatched a plan that I would fly back out to North Carolina and we'd finish deer season there. Deer season ended on January 2nd this year, and so the very end of December I made arrangements to fly out. Now in order to fly out again this year and make another trip, I had to take a red eye. So I left Denver just before midnight, and although it doesn't really look it here, my eyes are red and they are burning. I caught a few naps in the airport and in the plane, so it wasn't too bad. A few weeks before I show up, Phil says, "Hey, you ever duck hunted?" I said, "No." He says, "Do you want to do that while you're out here?" I said, "Well, sure." So we kind of went and duck hunted in the morning and hunted deer in the afternoon.
Boy, look at that. Well, that's a fancy truck, Phil.
Do y'all have all your bags?
Is that good?
You have all your bags?
Yep.
I got it.
That night, we went deer hunting. And just as the camera light faded, I had a couple of bucks come out, big, beautiful 6-point, but we were on an 8-point farm, and try as I might, I could not get any more nubs to come out on his antlers. He's a big deer, he's going to be a beautiful deer next year, and his little 5-point buddy. So I got to see deer on my first night out, so that's cool. So first morning, we go duck hunting. Phil's already got the canoe stashed by the swamp. We get in the water and we're just watching and waiting for the sun to come up and waiting for legal time. Man, the swamp's a beautiful place first thing in the morning. As soon as legal light hits, the ducks start coming in. And man, they come in quick, fast, hot. They come in at treetop level. You can hardly see them till they're on top of you. Man, that is some fun stuff. Before long, I finally get a couple shots off and I anchor my first duck.
Got one, Phil.
On this group here, I'd like to say that Phil shoots the one out from under me that I was aiming at, but that's really not the case. I'm just not a very good wing shot. When the ducks settled down, Phil headed over with the canoe to get his bird, and then he came over to where I was.
Chris, did you get one?
I got one.
We got. I got a female woody, and looks like you got a male woody. Shot him through the eye. That's why he came down. Oh, look!
And that's when the geese came in. They caught us with empty guns, just standing there doing nothing. More geese, and once again I find myself out of position all up under this tree. But Phil managed to anchor a goose.
Chris, we had a great morning of duck hunting. We not only shot 2 wood ducks, but we got our first Canadian goose. It was a great morning. It wasn't too cold, and we're going to be ready tomorrow morning for the geese when they come in.
Phil took me out on my first duck hunt today, and on my second shot, I got a male wood duck. They are some pretty birds.
The next morning out, not only did the ducks not fly into this hole, but the geese didn't come either, and we were ready for them. Our consolation prize, though, was having breakfast with venison sausage. On the third morning, we didn't go duck hunting, we went deer hunting. And wouldn't you know it, I busted a deer going into the stand. So I was hoping that maybe an hour or two later something else would come by, but it never came together. It's raining here in North Carolina, but I've got an umbrella, so it's not too bad. Fourth morning, we went duck hunting. It's raining, and the ducks came in fast, low, and they're just coming in from every direction. I couldn't keep up. I short-stroked the pump gun, so I'd go click once in a while. I couldn't keep it loaded. It was a mess, and it was fun.
Chris and I went duck hunting this morning in the pouring rain. I've always heard that ducks fly good in the rain. Well, here's living proof of it. There's Chris with a big grin on his face. We killed 6 woodies and a mallard. I got 3 woodies, he got 3 woodies, and he got the mallard. It was a great hunt.
What are we having this morning, Phil?
Okay, we're having fried egg, fried bologna, and strawberry jelly on 2 slices of bread with an orange juice. I think you call this the Duck Hunter Special. Woohoo! My hands are about as clean as yours.
Well, it's January 2nd here in North Carolina, and this is the last day for hunting, and it's going to close out my big game season. So, looking for a little luck here tonight. I'm on the lane. When this doe came out, I was thanking my lucky stars. I watched her for 4 full minutes. And then the unthinkable happened. The way I saw her through the scope, I was thinking, man, I'm going to go, she's going to be 30 yards in the woods and I'm going to find her. I started playing it back on the little screen and you could tell the shot went way low left. I don't know what happened. I was rock steady. Everything looked great. Trigger squeeze went well. We only had 1 more round of that ammo to try, and so we shot it the next day at about the same range, about the same distance, and it went low left. Not as far as that one did, but it went low left. Everything else we fed the gun, like I said, that was only the 1 round we had left. All the other ammo went in the spot we would have thought it would. So I don't know what went wrong there, but it's up to us to make sure that we do everything we can to make sure this doesn't happen. I debated whether to put this in or not, but it's a learning point, a lesson, a reinforcement. I hope I don't get too scorched for this, but man, I don't like that outcome at all. As usual, while out sitting in the stands, I did a little squirrel watching. These guys down here at the end are running around. These two here are the Virginia state bird, the cardinal. The one on the left is the female and the one on the right is the male. It seems in the bird world, the males always sport the colorful plumage, I'm assuming to attract mates, and the females are a lot more muted in color, probably so that they can be better camouflaged sitting on their nests. Fifth morning, ducks are coming in from every which way. Again, I go click a couple times because I short stroke the pump gun. I'm trying to load the gun as ducks pass by. I can't keep up with the ducks, and Phil's over there knocking them down. And we had a great morning. This little beaver here, he came up, had a look-see even though we'd been shooting all morning. Brave little guy or something, but he was only probably 10 yards off to my right.
Chris, another good morning of wood duck hunting. As you can see, we got 5 more ducks. A great morning. It doesn't get much better than this.
No, it does not.
All right, so what we've done is we've filleted down a couple of these duck breasts real thin, cut them into strips, and put them into that can of seasoned tomato sauce, and we're gonna cook it on low for a little bit and see how she goes.
We're just making something up as we go along, but here's to you. Here's a piece of the duck breast we shot earlier today. Man, that's good. I'm serious, man. That ain't bad. On, Chris. We've taken several duck breasts and filleted them up and put them in with a can of Hunt's dinner starter seasoned tomato sauce. Now that it's done, we're going to put in a bag of whole grain brown rice. I'm going to stir it up and let it simmer there for maybe 10 minutes, and then we're going to put it in the refrigerator and have it for lunch tomorrow. I think it'll be good. God, that's like a gumbo. Now we're eating our wood duck bog that we made yesterday and let it season overnight, but it's wood duck, rice, and I guess spicy tomato sauce. But here's to you. Wow. Wow.
Special thanks to Phil and his wife Mary for hosting me on this trip. I hope you enjoy the video. You can see this year's trip Jeff and I made to hunt deer out to North Carolina right here, and last year's trip is right here. As always, thanks for watching.